Hello, Grotto. How are you?
Hey there, Lewis. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. RoboCop comes out in a couple of hours. Well, technically it's tomorrow, but so I'm going to be streaming that tomorrow as opposed to today, obviously. But tonight we're going to be playing something a little different. We've been doing Spider-Man the last couple of days, so I figured why not just, since we're close to Halloween anyway, we're like a day off, we might as well stream something horror-y. So I figured Alan Wake 2, since it is a more recent game, having just come out a couple of days ago. So I figured we'd stream that tonight, maybe a couple of chapters tonight, and go from there. So, I don't know if you guys watched my first playthrough of Alan Wake 1, but if you haven't, a quick rundown, since there is no recap for the game. Basically, you're a horror writer named Alan Wake who is messed with this demonic force known as the Darkness, who basically forces him to write these horror stories, and everything he writes comes to life and affects the world around him. And he ends up getting trapped inside this dark realm, which is an alternate reality of the real world, and has yet to escape it. So that's kind of where the first game ended. He ends up delving into the dark realm after he kills the FBI agent who's hunting him down. He delves into the dark realm and saves his wife from the darkness, but when he saves her, he puts himself in her place in the dark realm. And then the game ended on a to be continued, and that was 13 years ago. Quite literally, 13 years ago was when that game happened. Like, it's a really old game by today's standards. And now we're 13 years later, and we're finally getting a sequel. So Sam Lake was saying that he wanted to wait until technology advanced before making a sequel, and I mean, what better year than this year for that? So anyway, this is Alan Wake 2 on the PS5. Let's hop right into this right now.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Alright, so this character that we're playing right here, short-lived character, is actually Nightingale from Agent Nightingale from the first game. He was the FBI agent who was going after Alan Wake. He ended up in the lake, Cauldron Lake.
So how does the Dark Realm works?
The Dark Realm is accessible from Cauldron Lake, which is like a possessed lake in the forest. So the entire forest of Alan Wake is pure evil. Think of it like Blair Witch style to the extreme. It's just very demonic. And so,
Already gone.
this is FBI Agent Nightingale, Robert Nightingale, and he in the first game was going after Alan Wake because he feels that Alan Wake was a serial killer, which of course he isn't. But so Agent Nightingale goes after him in the first game, ends up dying. He ends up falling into the lake and ends up getting eaten alive by the dark presence in the lake, or so we thought, but apparently he's escaped.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map. Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
Okay, so while he goes and does his thing, I'm going to go and explore. Because, you know, always worth exploring. I finally made my way to Cauldron Lake. The fence was easy to climb over with the proper gear and skills, which I thankfully possess. Next goal, spotting the rare and elusive orange-crowned warbler. A little late in the season, but hopefully I can catch it before it begins its journey south. I've noticed intriguing behavior in the surrounding common bird life. They seem to be alarmed and swarm around the lake. No birds of prey nearby. There are some strange sounds carried on the wind, however. Nothing I can recognize or explain, getting a little concerned. I might have to find another spot somewhere safer. The sounds are getting closer. Moved inland. Foliage is stunning. Must come back in fall. Had to stop and sketch this gorgeous vine maple. Just at the way the Methuselah's beard hangs off it. This is why trees are better than people.
Y'all still breathing?
Speaking of people, saw some drunk guy staggering around the forest earlier, acting weird. Maybe drugs? Kept my distance. Should probably find another spot. So annoying. After I saw that weirdo guy, I decided to change spots again. Moved up the mountain a bit. Found a fantastic overlook at camp at. But I'm more interested in this Alaska onion grass. Invasive, but edible, and surprisingly tasty. Started hearing wolves or wild dogs or something like 10 minutes ago, but they sound wrong. Rabies? Want to leave, but the sun is going down and my stupid phone is dead. Gonna hide in the tent and hope they go away. Something is really not right about this place.
The Federal Bureau of Control? That's a new one. Toxic volcanic gas, huh?
The FBC is an obscure branch. It only shows up for unusual cases.
Well, what's so unusual about volcanic gas?
Beats me. Good to see you still in one piece, Anderson.
Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that,
Those damn feds gonna show up, Mulligan!
Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Yeah, these two deputies are so stupid. And again, this goes back to the fact that this game was originally meant to be a game of Twin Peaks, the TV series Twin Peaks. But Sam Lake, back when he made Alan Wake 1, never got the license to make a Twin Peaks game. He was trying to get the license for the longest time, never ended up getting it. And so he just decided, no, I'm just going to make my own game. I'll call it Alan Wake, but I'll have it very similar to Twin Peaks. And so all the characters from Twin Peaks, all the eccentric, over-the-top characters from that TV series are so prevalent in these games and in Alan Wake 1 and 2, especially these two stupid deputies who are completely brain dead.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
FBI open up.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what's funny is that they actually make a reference to the X-Files in this game as a joke. Sam Lake's character, Alex Casey, the guy right in front of me, he makes reference to the X-Files, which I thought was pretty funny. You'll see it when it happens. Mirror Peak. The mighty mountain in the distance is no other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all its inverted glory. Okay, cool.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
I didn't know that the actor from the X-Files didn't get along and they only showed chemistry while recording the show.
Are you talking about David Duchovny? I didn't know that they didn't get along. Are you sure about that? I thought that they got along okay. The whole reason he was written out in the later episodes was because he was asking for more money, and they didn't want to give him more money, so they replaced him with Robert Patrick. Yeah.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI?
It was good while it lasted.
That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob?
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hired?
There you go. There's the reference. We forgot the UFO cover-ups. He's referring to how Mulder kept on doing the whole UFO bullshit. It's a subtle reference, but it's funny enough. Monday 9/3. Some suspicious activity spotted. The fielder thought he saw movements in the bushes. Footprints around the area were found, but some were compromised by the fielder. Note to self, train the fielder. Tuesday 9/4. Nothing to report. Some animals, regular. Wednesday 9/5. Hunters out after dark. Poachers? Heard some gunshots. Not one of ours. Gotta keep an eye on these people. They could get more than they bargained for out there.
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Step 1. Examine the corpse. I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
A creepy twig sculpture?
Wanna start by inspecting the body, Anderson?
Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing.
Confused, follow these steps. Wash your hands, take the chicken out of the fridge, take a nap. So basically what we need to do is go in here. So the first one was wash your hands, which is that symbol. It's like a sideways hourglass. Second one is this one. Take the chicken out of the fridge. Straight on hourglass. Third one was sleep, which is left and right arrow. Let this be a warning to fellow trespassers. They say the lake is a caldera, something formed by an erupting volcano, or the sinkholes it leaves in its wake. But what if that's not true? What if it's something else? Something less natural and much more man-made? Intentional? I say the lake's not formed, it's designed, and it has a purpose. The lake is a hiding place. Beneath the calm surface lies a secret machinery ready to be activated at the press of a button. And the people with the button, they're in that big house by the lake, preparing. I know it. Yeah, no. Slightly off there, sir, but good enough. Actually, we never checked out this room.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Why they decided to make the second game after so many years.
Anderson! Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
So my understanding was Sam Lake is always, ever since day one, Sam Lake has always been one of those game developers that pushes boundaries on video games. He's one of those guys. He reminds me of David Cage, actually, who is the same way. They're wannabe Hollywood directors who decided that instead of working on Hollywood movies, they would make their own video games and make them on par with Hollywood movies. So I think he was waiting until the technology evolved enough, because he's using, for this game, he's using an engine that's pretty much on par with Unreal Engine 5 for realism. And then on top of that, he's using the LA Noire tech. So the facial capturing techniques that were used for LA Noire, he ended up getting his hands on that tech, and he's using that for the facial animations in this game. I read an article about it the other day, actually, that after Team Bondi went under, Rockstar got a hold of the tech that was used to make LA Noire, and they gave it to Remedy. And Remedy used it to do the facial animations in this game.
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
Lewis to make money.
Nice talking to you, too.
Well, he's been working on other stuff aside from this anyway, because he did, after Alan Wake, he did, what, I want to say Max Payne 3 came out after Alan Wake. And then after that it was Control, then Quantum Break, and now Alan Wake 2. Honestly, Alan Wake 2 is a much more serious game. Alan Wake 1 was kind of silly, I'm not going to lie, but this game is a lot more serious, and it feels more X-Files-y, more supernaturally and everything.
They should make Alan go back to sleep. Behave, Stu. Are you still dizzy?
Oh, Stu's being a wimp because he got a VR headset and doesn't know how to handle it? Sounds about right.
Thanks, Lewis. I'm better now.
You should maybe check out the settings on your Quest 3, because there is settings to
This
account for
game is
motion
dope.
sickness.
I've played a few hours and I adore how much of a slow burn it is. Why
Yeah,
is your bot echoing?
It's a really good game. I don't think my bot is echoing.
My son was playing with it and he might have changed something.
Body is positioned on the table.
Your bot is echoing and it's very annoying. Your bot is echoing and I like it. Also, I shouldn't have eaten brisket right before streaming.
There, maybe that's better. I don't know what's going on with the bot.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town.
Echo test.
Coincidence?
It's not echoing on my end, so I don't know. Maybe it's a problem with YouTube.
Still echoing, maybe not as bad though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. That's got nothing to do with me. I can't do anything about that,
Oh
unfortunately.
heck yeah.
Hello, Joshua. How are you doing this evening? Welcome to the live
It
stream.
can't be a problem with YouTube, lol.
That's not a problem on my end, though, so it's clearly a problem with YouTube. Wait a minute. Do we have?
YouTube is never wrong.
Oh yeah, right.
OBS.
Absolutely perfect. I don't use OBS. I'm streaming on PS5, so I can't really use OBS.
Just like me getting sick last night was a problem with the headset, not with me.
No, that was very much a problem with you. You're not used to VR. You need to spread your VR wings. All right,
It's
so
the
let's
dark realm making the echoes.
let's
Bruising on the wrist.
do
looks
this
great.
investigation.
Too spooky. Yes, I was being sarcastic, lol.
Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
I think we've got all of the evidence we can from this location. Yeah, no, I like this game a lot better than Alan Wake 1, I'll be honest with you.
Hey boys. How are we tonight?
There's a lot more adventure game elements in Alan Wake 2 than there was in Alan Wake 1. Alan Wake 1, they kind of had adventure game elements in the sense that you could just wander around, talk to people.
Now called Alan, get the FK up.
I'm not making a third game at all. This is the final game.
To work with.
They're not doing a third game in the
Hey
series.
Joshua. Get real stew.
Yeah. Just a bit, eh? Get real. Get a life
is
stew.
Alfred?
At least I think I'm funny, lol.
Well, that's
find more clues.
a lot of horrible stand-up comedians are the same way, Stu. So
Large amount of blood on the table.
so
The
there.
victim died here. Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Someone
a-
left in a hurry.
Tripod, yeah.
Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera?
Why is there a tripod filming this murder? That's what I'd like to know. It's kind of weird.
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
Okay, so when we play a Saga...
I dropped it. What a genius hyphen, someone was drinking beer. You don't say. I film all my murders, not weird at all.
That's a great thing to say on YouTube. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway. Oh, he's asleep, you're gonna kill me. And not in the literal sense, I hope. Okay, so
Some
yeah,
road to perdition stuff going on here.
So like I said, when you play as Saga Anderson, the FBI agent, female FBI agent, it's adventure gamey. But then once you switch over to Alan Wake, who you also play, it becomes survival horror. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of a variation of both.
It's funny, I show up to these streams mostly to support at the Gamer's Grotto, and then I think I mostly just manage to piss him off lol.
What? What makes you think you're pissing me off? You're not pissing me off. I have a sarcastic sense of humor, Stu. You're not upsetting me.
Quite the party.
I can promise you. Okay, so we've done all we can on that. I think multiple sets of footprints. Yeah, we need to figure out who the victim is. Don't think we have anything else here. Nope. Okay.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico.
Alan did it.
Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to...
He flew into a rage from having such a stupid last name.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no...
Only Grotto does that.
Yes, only Grotto does that. Only when Stu talks, apparently.
I think that's everything.
I fly off the map and murder people.
Anything clicking yet?
Not
A
sure.
plus last name. What are you on about?
The name is a,
Depression leads
what's the
to
word?
booze. Booze leads to paranoia. Paranoia leads to hatred. Hatred leads to the dark side.
So yeah, Sam Lake is actually playing this character, who is also the founder of Remedy, the game company, and the creator of Alan Wake. So he's supplying the facial capture for this character, but not the voice. The voice is James McCaffrey, but anyway, little fun fact there.
AKA Max Payne making a cameo. I would let Sam Lake kiss me on the lips.
Okay. That was a bit strange, but alright. No, Max Payne is not making a cameo. He's not playing Max Payne. He's playing a character named Alex Casey. Alright. We need to do more evidence on the board before we can make any further hypotheses. Victim.
I would never, ever, ever let him kiss my lips twice.
Ex-FBI came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head.
I definitely won't let him a third time.
What they felt.
This is some good detective work. I really enjoy these aspects of the game. I suspect some people might hate it.
Well, yeah, because it's such a departure from the first game, right? In the first game, you didn't have to do any detective kind of shit. It was a survival horror game with slight adventure game elements, but this is way more adventure game than that one, where it's more so.
I have a really hard time just getting past his lazy name.
Well, then don't watch the
Grotto
streams,
hates
Stu.
It has something to do with the rage. I know it's stupid of me, but I can't help it. I'm here.
Hey, Mast, how are you doing this evening? I hope you're doing well. So now we're going to be profiling Nightingale, who is the FBI agent that's
Stu's Game Reviews is a
dead on the
lazy channel
table.
name. Take a hike.
I have to agree, especially considering that you don't even do game reviews. At all. Like, I've never seen you once do a game review on your
You
channel.
profile Grotto.
Like, you don't do reviews. Like, you play video games. That's not reviewing them. That's just playing them.
Ha 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 ha.
Might as well just be Stu plays games.
Ha. I
don't
never
know.
saw a F King Grotto in your channel either, hippie. I won't be talking in chat as much this stream because I'm playing a game with a friend, so I am watching the stream.
Oh, no worries, Mast. It's a pleasure to have you here, regardless. Don't worry about it.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark.
Hi, Goat.
He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake. Before his
Face orange biting nails.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that
We
direction.
need some horror now.
The lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
Sadly, the horror elements don't happen right away.
So far.
Sure. It's not that complicated.
It's mostly going to be
Nightingale's
FBI
out of the
investigation
woods.
for a little while here.
The killers knew he was here.
Oh, we always have Stu.
Dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured
What
that
the hell
part out
happened?
yet.
Oh. Thought it went flying in the air for a second.
Lots of answers for us to find.
Okay, so another thing to tell you guys. So tomorrow I will be back, and I'm going to be live streaming the RoboCop game. Lewis has been asking me to stream the brand new RoboCop game, so I'll be streaming that tomorrow evening at around the same time, and then from there we'll go into more of Spider-Man at some point as well and finish that off. But yeah, so
what's that?
Tomorrow. Like, just shut up, Stu. Jesus Christ.
Tamara Knight.
Tamara Knight, yes. Tamara. The Witch's Hut. Here lived the witch of Cauldron Lake. Beware. Her spirit may still haunt this place. Well, that's good. I don't care. I'm going in. Doesn't bother me any. I got a flashlight. There's literally nothing in here anyway. Just an abandoned house. So this is supposed to be Barbara Jagger's house, from my understanding. Because the Witch of Cauldron Lake would have been Barbara Jagger from the first game, who is now dead, by the way. Alan Wake killed her at the ending of the first game. Spoilers. Actually, not spoilers, because it's on a previous stream on my channel. So if you missed it, go watch it. Not now, but later. Anyway. Ooh, looks like there's stuff over here.
It's okay, I don't know who Barbara Jagger is.
She is a...
I was just about to finish Awake.
So, Barbara Jagger is one of the main villains in Alan Wake. The other is Mr. Scratch. And they're both like demons. She was voiced by, what's her name, from Voyager? Kate Mulgrew, the one who plays Janeway. She played that character in Alan Wake.
What's the far's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the...
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do. Is that a... kid's lunchbox?
What? Oh yeah, okay, these
An
give
Alex
you
Casey
upgrades.
movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
I know things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. Yeah, great, wonderful. Oh, it's forcing me to do this for the tutorial. Yes, I can upgrade my weapon, except that I can't because I only have one of these. Praise the mighty Alan Wake, who is, at his heart, the leader and owner of the woods. I don't know. Friday, Midge told me today that her family's moving away. This sucks. I haven't even told her that I like her yet. What's the point anymore? She said her parents want to get better jobs and get her to a better school in a big city. I guess that's fair. Who wants to stay in Bright fucking Falls? Sunday. So I told her. She said thanks. Fucking kill me. Monday. I snuck out. Last night again. Went to the big house by the lake instead of just watching it from here, like I always do. Instead of just sitting around, like I always do.
Of the town?
Bright Falls, yes. That's the name of the... It's not even a town. It's like a little tiny village.
They let them have a swear word in the name of the town.
No, the town's called Bright...
I want to live in the town.
Oh my fucking god, Stu. The town is called Bright Falls. Stop acting like you have Alzheimer's, please. I'm sure the VR didn't affect you that much. You didn't just suddenly grow stupid overnight. Anyway, something weird is going on down there. I'm going to find out what. Going to go back there tomorrow with better gear. I bet I can find a way inside the building. Take some photos. It's going to be epic. Whatever you say, ma'am, sir, whatever, whoever wrote that. What is that? Batteries? Hell yeah. Need those for my flashlight. Alright, so... Yeah, okay, so, we need to go down to the lake.
See you still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
He's such a dick to her. I'll be fair, like, they're best friends, but he always says these snarky comments.
Did you play Control, Grotto?
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though.
No, I didn't. I didn't like Control at all. I played about 10 minutes of it, and that's one of the only Remedy games I never much cared for. I like Max Payne, I like Alan Wake, I like Quantum Break. I just could never get into Control. Control to me was just weird. I might give it a go at some point again, but I don't think it's for me.
Tracks. Barefoot.
Oh, really? I loved it, and I like all the references to it in this game so far. Real cool.
Oh, yeah. No, so all of his games tie in. So, yeah, no. Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and Control. Everything
Grotto,
is
do you
tied
think
in.
This game could be Game of the Year.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it's one of the nominees, Lewis. So yeah, it looks like it's probably going to go to Spider-Man 2, based on what I'm seeing, but it could also go to Baldur's Gate 3, or it could go to Alan Wake 2. Those are the top 3 contenders right now for Game of the Year. And I think Starfield's going to be in there, possibly.
There's a piece of paper on the ground. A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm, like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found.
Face orange biting nails.
Stepped down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message. Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
I went to Cauldron Lake once and this is exactly what it was like.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
There you go.
Something was put inside that always asleep's body else. Also.
But what's the purpose?
Alsp.
They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the
Correct.
witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control. Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination, ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot.
Thanks. Let's get the car. Drive to Bright Falls. And talk to these witnesses. The bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Damn fine coffee here in Twin Peaks.
I love how you say
Seems
that,
like a
because
nice town so far. Murders aside.
this game is a reference to Twin Peaks.
Cute lodge
This,
we got set up
actually,
there.
this one's more of a reference
should
to
go for a
Twin
hike if
Peaks
we
than
get
the
a
first
chance.
game was.
Now you're just being Anderson.
You'll see
Deputies
as
aren't
we progress
exactly
through
up
the
to
game.
task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt
As
we
I-
see much stuff this gruesome.
As I stated at the beginning of the stream,
The
Sam
town
Lake...
especially feels so Twin Peaks. I love it.
Well, that's what I was saying at the beginning of this game. So Sam Lake said in the initial interview for the first Alan Wake game that he was trying to get a game license for Twin Peaks. He was trying to make a Twin Peaks game, and he couldn't get it. So what he did was he took the script that he had written for the Twin Peaks game and tweaked it and turned it into Alan Wake. So the reason this feels so Twin Peaksy is because it is. It was originally supposed to be a Twin Peaks game.
I want to walk around.
No wonder I love it so.
A lunchbox again. Who's leaving these out here?
Twin Peaks is the one with Who Killed JR, right? Yes.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? Whoa.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Beautiful game, too, my goodness.
Yeah, so I was saying this earlier too.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff
When I
and
first
eyewitnesses
played
waiting.
this game,
Nice coffee.
I was shocked at the level of detail on the facial animations, and so I looked stuff up, and I found out some interesting facts about this game during production. So I'm going to wind us back quite a few years. Let's go back to 2011. So basically, in 2011, LA Noire came out, which was a game that used full facial capture animation. No other game had ever done it at that point. And I have streamed the game on my channel in the past. It was made by Team Bondi and produced by Rockstar Games. After LA Noire came out, some allegations came out that the founder of Team Bondi was both physically and mentally abusing all of his staff at Team Bondi. So all of his programmers and stuff. It came out that he was not only withholding their paychecks, he was not allowing them to visit their family, he was not letting them have holidays. It was nuts. He was basically torturing his staff to make this game. So a lot of his staff, once LA Noire came out, they took him to court. And he lost the court case, but rather than paying off all of his staff, like he was directed to do, he filed bankruptcy and shut down the entire company. When he shut down the company, the depth analysis room, which was the the tech that they used to do the facial animation for LA Noire, was given to Rockstar Games. Rockstar Games then decided that they didn't want it, so they gave it to Remedy, who was at that point one of their one of the companies that worked with Rockstar. And Sam Lake ended up getting that tech. And this is the first time in gaming history that this tech was used again. So the facial animations on the characters look so good because it's the same tech that was used for LA Noire. It's the depth analysis room that they used in LA Noire. That's how the facial animations were done in this game.
Oh, that makes sense. The face tech from that game was the best part about it, emo. Nice to see it live on.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie? Don't know, don't care. How much have you had?
I stepped away for a second. Can you please explain that again?
No. I'm not explaining it again. If you missed it, check the live stream. Rewind the live stream.
FBI, welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
I love how he says, I got you both some coffee, and then he just keeps the coffee for himself. Did you notice that?
The short version is game look good. Wowie zowie.
Yeah, the short version is this game is beautiful. Yes, I agree. It's definitely a next gen game, and I love it. It's so much better than the first game. That's what I think blows me away the most. Is that it's so much improvements. Like, I mean, just gameplay wise.
He mentioned some game called New York Blanc or something.
No, I said LA Noire. I'm guessing you've never heard of it, Stu, because you only play like Atari games and stuff. But it was a game from 2011 that was made by
Christ.
I'm not going to explain what it's all about, but anyway, it was a game from 2011 that was made by Team Bondi out of Sydney, Australia, and Rockstar Games.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm Sephra.
Was it the one by Stone Moon Games?
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Brinker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
You are a real piece of work, sir.
Still on about that? No. The Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims go missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
Let me guess. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. The fence was built just after.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You can go ahead, Anderson. We'll be here.
I can't believe that happened. I still feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, Ed. Have some pie. It'll take your mind off things.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This
naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found it. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree bag, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party.
What is this game about? I'm kinda confused.
Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. It's a sequel to a game that I streamed quite a while back, but basically, it's a continuation of Alan Wake, which was a survival horror adventure game style thing about a horror writer who all of his he basically.
I paid at Mask the Gamer to ask that.
You paid me?
No, you did not.
Oh, no, I know what he's saying. No, I know. He's just joking with you, Masked.
I didn't get any money.
Well, you should take him to court then, because he owes you money. All right. It's really hard to explain, but basically, Alan Wake is a writer
Check
who...
is in the mail.
Alan Wake is a writer
I'll see you
who...
in courts too.
I'll see you in court. Alan Wake is a horror writer who is forced by basically demons to continue writing horror stories, but every single horror story that he writes comes to life. It's hard to explain, but there's a lot involved to this game series. It's really hard for me to explain the story without giving away too many spoilers. So what I would suggest is to just at some point watch part 1, Alan Wake, the first game, in my playlist section, and then you'll kind of understand where we're going at with this one. Book is described. What is... We need this up. Wait, no. There we go.
We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. I
I need to know more about the Cult of the Tree if I'm going to shut them down. These stashes could contain clues about the cult. Better keep an eye out for more. So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear Fez.
Oh, God. Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's
Her name is Saga?
Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
So that moment was totally taken out of Twin Peaks. Like, all that kind of stuff where, like, people act so fucking weird and, like, say all this weird shit and be like, oh, I've seen you before. You were here, like, 2 years ago, blah, blah, whatever. It's all from Twin Peaks. There's a lot of reference to Twin Peaks, and more so in this game than there was in the first one. But yeah, no, it's clearly heavily inspired by Twin Peaks. It's kind of obvious. And I mean, Sam Lake actually brought that up in interviews. That
rest easy, buddy.
That a lot of the premise for Alan Wake 1 and 2 was heavily inspired by the TV series Twin Peaks, which he was a big fan of.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
This game involves cult people, right? I stepped out to get a Cult of the Tree lower back tattoo. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, so kind of. So there is a cult that is murdering people in the game that the FBI agents are investigating, but it's a part of a bigger picture. Let's just say that. I love this reference to Alan Wake 1. The jukebox is out of order. The poor old thing can only take so much of the same song being played over and over and over. I'm as big a fan of Coconut as the next person, but come on.
Hey, I just came back from my tattoo also. What did I miss? I need more coconut and I need it now.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
Can you?
Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff! Looks like you have some guests.
Morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Can you fight cult members?
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Yes. There, so this part here is adventure game, but it will become survival horror soon enough. It's a mixture of both.
It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible, but it's best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need, just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
How are you? Agent?
Cool, I don't think I have ever played a survival horror besides Dead by Daylight.
Investigation is being taken over by the federal agents. Sheriff Breaker wants us to cooperate fully.
Aye, ma'am.
I'm being serious, Nelson.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. We've only had a tour guide, also. It's bear season. Oh no, a bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh, wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Yanko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. We have bolt cutters. Oh, wow. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere. Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
Haha, I like this game now.
A tour of a lifetime is
I would trust these guys with my life. Oh yes, a realistic people on a TV but a less realistic people in game.
Kind of. So, Mask the Gamer, most of the almost all of the cutscenes in the game are live action video. They're kind of Sam Lake has always been very artistic with his games, and so he's incorporated realistic looking graphics with live action video sprawled throughout. So you'll see it'll switch between live action video and actual game graphics quite a lot coming up in
So we share a
various
morgue
scenes.
with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
Okay.
Qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
As coroner, I must aver, I've thoroughly examined her.
I need something to cut this. It doesn't budge. Okay, let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death? What other clues can the body give me?
Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
The body shows signs of being submerged in water, post-mortem. It doesn't add up. There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest.
That guy's almost as fat as me.
Body can tell us.
So this dead guy is Robert Nightingale. He's from the first Alan Wake game. Alan Wake technically killed him. He was an FBI agent who was hunting Alan Wake because he believed Alan Wake was a serial killer. And so Alan Wake sacrificed him to Cauldron Lake. And in the beginning of this game, he crawls. You play as Nightingale for a split, by like 5 seconds or so. And he escapes Cauldron Lake with no recollection of any of the past or what happened. But he's very much alive, and then he comes across the cultists who strap him down onto a table and rip out his heart. And that's how the game started. That's how Alan Wake 2 starts. But yeah, so he was a main character in Alan Wake 1. He was the FBI agent who was constantly going after Alan Wake.
Ugh.
Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been marked before removal. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? That's it.
Face orange biting nails.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here.
My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Gotta move. Now.
Alright, so that's the end of chapter 1. We'll do, I think, one more chapter, maybe 1.5, to make it a 2-hour stream. But, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, it is. It's a really good game. I definitely prefer it over the first game.
He didn't have a heart. But he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're gonna do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal. Their purpose.
There's one.
These pages are important. Breaker dropped one before he disappeared.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve. Huh. The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
That's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Well, yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff disappeared? Like poof? He's gone like magic? Magic's not real.
Magic's not real. Right, Mulligan? No, Thornton. Monsters aren't real, and magic's definitely not real.
Knew that.
I love their dialogue so much. It's so Twin Peaks. Oh my god. it's honestly dead on to what Twin Peaks was like. What just how stupid and slow and weird people are in the universe. It's kind of funny.
They're a fine pair.
Yeah. They're fantastic. So intelligent.
My client has been held here long enough. Are you gonna let me speak to them or not?
Just a moment, ma'am. Someone will be right with you.
Alright. Kill the Joe makes some mo. This is the third time this week I came in for late shift and there is no coffee in the machine. You take the last cup, you brew a new batch. From Officer Hannah Oshinoya to Sheriff Station Team. Chet, I hate to break it to you, but you need to have a face capable of growing a beard to make effective use of beard oil. Not your personal assistant, Officer Chet Yazzie to Sheriff Station Team. I knew Marco's beard was too soft to be natural. What brand is he using, Lucy? From Sheriff Station's admin to Sheriff Station Team. Since my numerous friendly reminders about not having personal packages delivered to the station have gone unheeded, from here on out, if you've seen fit to send something to the station, I will see fit to announce to the station what you have received. Is it a federal offense to open someone's mail? Yes, it is. Is it a personal offense that I need to share my desk space with your late-night impulse buys? Yes, it is. You have been warned. Admin. P.S. Officer Lightfoot, your beard oil is ready for pickup. From Sheriff Station Admin to Sheriff Station Team. The front desk computer and admin email are not to be used for personal quarrels or other unofficial business. And remember to wash your coffee mugs. Admin. From Sheriff Tim Breaker to Sheriff Station Team. Hey gang, the annual event you've all been eagerly awaiting is upon us again. The Community Outreach Barbecue. Now, I don't want to hear any grumbling. This is a valuable opportunity to connect with the community. Statistics show that officers who are well integrated with the communities they serve see lower instances of violent crime in their precincts, are more effective in their policing, and have overall better mental wellness. This is for your benefit, so take it seriously. The community voted dunk tank victim this year will be, drumroll please, Deputy Thornton. Congratulations. Looks like everyone's getting retribution for that speed trap on 12C at last, eh? A friendly reminder that anyone out sick on the day needs to provide a written doctor's note, or you'll be assigned night shift for 2 weeks. Anyone who replies all to complain about their assignment will be volunteering as the assistant for Officer Lightfoot's magic routine. Tim.
How many times do we have to do this, Walter? Huh? I'm at my wit's end with you.
I want out! Something bad's going down. I can feel it. Let me out!
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead. I'm gonna take a quick look around. Meet you back at the car.
See you in a bit.
Just tuning in,
You're listening to the Pat Maine Radio Hour, brought to you by Davis Family Moose Jerky. And boy, what an eventful day here in Bright Falls. By now, we've all seen the FBI setting up shop in town, and I'm sure you're all asking the same question I am. Did they bring all this darn rain with them? Deerfest is right around the corner, and we're all crossing our fingers for sunshine. So, I reached out to our top meteorologist for a weather update. She never responded, but I have her Uncle Tapio on the line from Watery. Tapio, are you there? Yes. Great. And Tapio, what kind of weather can we expect today? Rain. That definitely seems to be on the menu. How about over the next week? Also rain. Right. Care to elaborate? Any chance the sun will poke out in time for Deerfest? No. Well, Deerfest is coming, rain or shine. And that parade lineup is looking dandy as ever.
Yes, I like this parade because they're one float in the shape of a swan. Long neck and everything. A very large swan.
Ah, so you're a fan of swans?
No.
Right, well, that's our time. We'll be right back after this next song by the rock and roll sensation, National Nightmare.
So an interesting little bit of tidbit here. The actor who played Pat Maine in the first game actually died during this game's massive length of getting a sequel, right? Because Alan Wake 1 is from 2010. It's 13 years old. Alan Wake 2 is from 2023. Like not even last week, a couple of days ago it came out. But yeah, so the original voice actor for Pat Maine in the first game is dead. So that's actually just a sound-alike doing Pat Maine's voice. That's why you may notice that it sounds a bit different if you've played the first game. It's because it's a totally different actor.
Did you check out the town, Anderson?
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer. Or maybe 3. Hey there.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Haha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story. The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. Great. This area is supposed to be close to the public. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case. I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree. What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs don't do a damn thing, huh?
Hello. Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater, Saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Pulla, Karjalan piirakka.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can't gnaw right through a garbage can.
Well, I need to get back to it. Let's get to the murder site, Casey.
So I don't believe for a second that FBC guy doesn't know about the murders or anything like that.
A lot of things about this case keep
that
bothering
monitoring
me.
station is not
But
for
one thing feels
volcanic
really off.
activity, like he says.
Breaker's disappearance.
It's to monitor. Well, you find out
I don't
by
get the feeling
collecting.
Nightingale was responsible.
There's a lot of articles that you can pick up in the woods and stuff like that, and pages and whatnot. And it explains that the FBC is actually here because they know about what happened to Alan Wake, and they're trying to open a portal into the dark world. And that machine is something to do with opening a portal into the dark world. It has nothing to do with monitoring volcanic activity like they're saying. They're just not telling you the full story.
Our crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
Monsters? Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually
Vinny.
the ones performing the ritual, not the
Guess what?
acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved.
What?
Forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around. Learn what this ritual is. After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean.
Oh my god, I have zero faithful Mao.
Light worked against him at the morgue.
What?
That might be the only way to stop him from hurting
Zero
anyone
faith?
else.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Mac.
We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Just go to my case board and add that symbol. Cult of Tree.
There's gonna be a Toxic Avengers reboot with Peter Dinklage.
Dinklage. My bot is so stupid. Oh my god. Peter Dinklage. That's cool, Max. Sorry. I'm not laughing at what you said. I'm laughing at my bot.
I don't know what's funnier between this news or Dinklage face with tears of joy.
Dinklage. Oh fuck. Dinklage sounds great. Oh god. Oh, that's why I'm not.
That's not right.
Okay, so cult symbols. Case of the cult of the trees performing rituals to create monsters. Cult psychology? No. What kind of cult? Really? Cult goals. There we go.
The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting. Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd you go from here? I can feel something. A presence. Nightingale isn't far.
Alright, so this is the witch from Alan Wake 1. This is Barbara Jagger, who was voiced by Catherine Janeway, what's her name? Kate Mulgrew in the first game. But this is a bit of backstory to that character. There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape, and yet there are many mysterious stories about the lake. It being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that when the affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned, but her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before she was one now, she killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf, or so the legend goes.
What is that? Seems like it's reacting to the light. These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it. My flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap. This is the witch's hut.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights. This fuse is busted. This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though. Another page. Making progress.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual. Doesn't make sense. To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign. Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now? I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
The cultist leaned close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more. I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold. Like a doorway. Leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's ladle? Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
While they played cards in the general store, the witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge. need to check the general store for the heart. Casey, I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife. I'll find my way back, don't you worry about it.
Alright, so all we have to do here is get the combination for this, and we'll get a shotgun. So the combination is just in the general store behind the counter. So we just go up here. We'll see a note here that says, "Don't forget to update the code." No, it's wanting you to go here, but this is not actually right. This has nothing to do with the puzzle. So what we want to do is we look at these and we match them to the numbers here. So 705 was one of the codes, removed. 713, same thing, removed. 717, removed. 723, removed. So the code is 739. So we go back here and put in the code and grab ourselves the shotgun.
The text on the heart is clearer now. Legible. Sounds literary, but what does it mean? feel like I recognize this. The fridge. The heart. I knew it would be here. Like I saw it in a dream. And now I need to give the heart to the witch. Makes total sense. Casey, there are cultists in the area. They're taken, like Nightingale. Watch yourself out there.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'm still finding my way back.
You have the worst sense of direction.
Any city in America I can get through drunk and blindfolded. It's these damn trees.
Okay. I'm en route to Witch's Ladle. I need to perform a ritual to open the overlap. This case just keeps getting weirder. But it is exciting. Fucking monsters. Crashed on the far side of the mirror. I brought you the Heart Witch. Show me the terror.
Orange biting nails.
Casey, I think I'm in the overlap. Are you still on your way? Casey! Casey, do you read me? Fuck. Okay, Saga. Going in solo. Mom. Logan? Mom, help. Logan! Where are you? What the fuck was that? Logan's back in Virginia. You're imagining things.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to end it here after we save Alan Wake. We're already at 2 hours, almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. So it'll be about 3 hours by the time we probably finish this, but I think that's a good spot to end it once we save Alan Wake from the Dark Realm by defeating Nightingale. So we'll probably end that after that.
Do you think this game had better graphics than Spider-Man 2?
You can't really compare them because Spider-Man 2 is not really going for realistic graphics, whereas Alan Wake 2 is. So, yes, I do think that this game has better graphics than Spider-Man 2.
Please help me.
What was that? Wait, Did I get turned around?
No,
No,
you
this
did
is
not.
right. This place is looping. Like a nightmare.
I've only played up until the first Alan Wake section so far. Have you played a lot off stream?
Yes, I have. I'm really far into the game off stream. I'm almost near the end.
Need to find Nightingale.
I also found out today that there is a New Game Plus mode, which keeps all of your weapons and stats if you start New Game Plus. So after you beat the game, you can start a New Game Plus and keep all your weapons and your stats, which is actually pretty freaking awesome. Because I would definitely do this again under New Game Plus. It's one of those games that I don't think I could ever get sick of it. Oh, also, they did confirm, Always Asleep, when you play New Game Plus, that there is brand new cutscenes and new story pages in New Game Plus mode that you won't find in the single player mode. So, you won't find the new cutscenes and the new pages in your first playthrough. You'll actually find them only in New Game Plus. So there's not only is it just a New Game Plus mode where you keep all your stats and your weapons, but there's more to the story in New Game Plus.
He's here. Nightingale.
Trapped here. To escape. Danger.
Who is that? It's like they're coming in over a bad signal.
Sorry, the reason I haven't been talking is because I had to go, but I'm back.
No worries, Mast. No worries at all.
I don't usually bother with New Game Plus, but adding new content to find is a good way of making me want to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're right at the spot right now where we're hunting the Taken that has possessed the corpse of Nightingale. That's where we are right now in the game, masked, and this is a survival horror part, basically. It's a boss battle is what it is.
Did I see a shotgun in your inventory?
You did indeed. Yes, I have a shotgun, which I will be using on the boss. I don't have many bullets. I don't have many shells for it, but yeah, we are going to use it on the boss.
The inventory reminds me of Resident Evil's inventory. It says that a shotgun on your pocket low.
That's actually kind of funny you say that, because a lot of reviews have stated that the gameplay feels like the Resident Evil remakes, like Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4. Those remakes. A lot of review sites have stated that the gameplay feels like those games.
Gotta move. Now. Gotta move. Now. What is this? Who are you?
Hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. I can hear you.
Cauldron Lake.
Yes, I'm at Cauldron Lake. Where are you?
How to escape. In danger. The dark presence.
Danger. Thanks. Got it.
Hey!
you okay?
No! It's my fault! It got out with my face! Scratch!
Sir, calm down. I'm gonna need you to take a breath.
He's changed the story. The dark presence. We must stop it before...
Easy now. First things first. What's your name?
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've been...
Wake? Where did you come from? You've been missing for 13 years.
13.
So I kind of like how they did that. So the way she says you've been missing for 13 years, she says that because it's been 13 years since the previous game was made and released. So it's kind of an irony. We're just gonna let this song play out, and then we'll continue the chapter, only so that it saves our progress, and then we'll probably end the stream.
I don't wanna go, Mr. Grotto. Years since the first game, so crazy. I am old.
Yeah, you're telling me. I feel the same way, always asleep. So interesting thing. In Alan Wake 1, they actually used licensed music. In this, it's actually not, from my understanding. So he hired indie bands to perform lyrics that he wrote himself for the game. So I'm sure you've realized now, but the lyrics that guy was singing are literally lyrics talking about Alan Wake. How he was like trapped for like what he felt like was an eternity, and now he's awake, meaning that now he's released from the dark world.
Who knows where we will be in the next 13 years?
Yeah, I don't like to think about that with all the wars and bullshit going on. Anyway, let's continue with
the chapter end songs are really great. Really add to the game.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Where did you go? All of a sudden, the radio stopped working, and then that flooding just disappeared. Crazy forest. Is this who I think it is?
Casey, say hello to Alan Wake. Mr. Wake, this is Special Agent Alex Casey. He'll escort you to our car. Casey, I'll meet you there, right after I take a look around. If the flooding's receded, there might be evidence we missed earlier.
Okay. See you there.
Alex, Casey? How? Am I still... Is this the dark place? No, it can't be. I got out.
Yeah, the PI...
Bet it's not so fun for the end chapter songs when you have to deal with copyright.
It's a bit of a hike to the car, Wake. Get your bearings, then we'll head out.
I need another minute. Cauldron Lake. I thought I'd never see this place again.
Take your time. But you should know these woods aren't the safest.
Yeah. It's getting dark. You have a flashlight? It's not safe without a light.
I have a light. And a gun. You can relax, Wake.
And pages. If you see pages of writing anywhere, you must take them and keep them safe. Our lives could depend on it. They have vital information.
We know about the pages, Wake. We'll keep an eye out for them.
Okay. Okay, just give me a moment. It's okay.
Take your time.
So... I didn't think that mansion was still in the second game. Interesting. Alan Wake is actually played by two different people. So Ilka Villi, who is a Swedish actor, is the face and body of Alan Wake. And then, I can't remember the actor's name, Michael, I can't remember his name, an American voice actor voices Alan Wake. So it's two different people playing him, both in the first game and in this one. Same with Alex Casey. It's the face of Sam Lake, the creator of Alan Wake, but the voice is Sean McCaffrey, who is also the voice of Max Payne in Sam Lake's Max Payne series.
Should look around. With the flooding gone, could be further clues out there. The flooding disappeared very suddenly. I wonder if there's any connection to the overlap. To Nightingale.
Now, Mast, you were mentioning licensing issues. I don't think that's going to happen with this, only because the bands that performed in this game are indie. Now, for the first game, yes, there was definitely licensing issues. Because it was all like, you know, big name bands.
Is that the cult of the tree symbol on it?
I believe copyright only starts at 1K subs.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true at all. That is not true at all. I've had copyright, well, not copyright strikes. I haven't had any strikes, but I've had copyright notifications saying that, you know, this song is copyrighted. You either have to delete it or if you get paid, the money will go to the owner of the copyright. Basically.
Well, I don't think copyright matters unless you're getting paid.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting paid, nor do I care. I'm not in YouTube for making money. Like, I didn't even see that there. I'm just doing it because I love gaming and I like spending time with you guys. It has nothing to do with trying to make money off of YouTube or anything, at least not in my case. I know that some YouTubers literally make their channel to try to get the most subs and get the most money and all that kind of shit, but at the end of the day, I don't care. I mean, if it happens, it happens. Sure, I'll be happy that it happens, but it's not on the top of my list.
Grotto tomorrow, RoboCop game, dead or alive you are coming with me.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's the play. Hello, Wolf. What? How did you miss? Where are you?
BTW Grotto, why did you not stream the other day?
Fucking hell. Well, I got busy with other stuff. I think I was just busy playing some games. This wolf is fast, man. Gotcha.
Even animals are turning into monsters.
I took way too many wasted bullets. Oh, there's the deer that the wolf mangled. Alright, we're gonna go down here because there's some lockboxes and shit here that I can grab. It's always good to restock up on ammo.
We'll soon we have to see what the end will be for Spider-Man 2.
Yes, but that's not going to be tomorrow. I promised Lewis that I would be streaming RoboCop tomorrow. And that's the game I've been waiting for all year, so... Like, honestly, Spider-Man was not the game that I've been waiting for. It was literally the RoboCop game. And the fact that that's coming out... Well, technically... Let me look at my counter for that, actually. Let's see when that's coming out. Alright, so I'm able to play RoboCop in 8 hours.
BTW, can I give a single spoiler by saying a single name for Spider-Man 2 and...
What are you talking about? A spoiler for the ending of Spider-Man? No, I'd prefer if you didn't. I've already beaten the game multiple times, but some viewers on my stream may not have seen the ending, so I don't think that would be very nice. I already know how it ends myself, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
VM then.
The cult is leaving supplies around for themselves.
Wait, I have the key for this, don't I? No, I don't have the key for this yet. Hold up. We need to follow these arrows. That'll give us the key. Oh wait, no, I did grab the key from there, didn't I? So hold up. That's probably the lockbox that I need to open. What? You mother... Are you dead, or are you listening to music? What is this death animation? He's like listening to Celine Dion. Alright.
He's twerking.
Yeah. That's funny. Ooh. The cult is watching right now? Fantastic. Well, they can watch away. I've got bullets in my guns, so they ain't gonna be doing much watching.
That wolf is jamming to some music at the start of the Pirates of the Greek Cortex stream.
The Greek Cortex? I think you got the podcast name wrong, but sure. The Greek Cortex.
Vortex.
The geek vortex, not the Greek vortex. Today's catch, a yellow perch and a mid-sized pike. Almost caught a lake trout, but it gave me the slip. Saw an out-of-towner walking around in the woods just before sunrise. Had binoculars or a telescope or something. Taking notes. Didn't notice me. Good. Don't need the attention. Today's catch, just an old rubber boot. Some of the regular creepies roaming around again. Avoided them as usual. No one notices a quiet old fisherman. Not even the fish. Oh, it's an old fisherman? Okay, here, let's redo this.
Just an old rubber boot. Some of the regular creepies roaming around again. Avoided them as usual. No one notices a quiet old fisherman.
Coming out on PS5
Not even the fish.
Trailer.
Charles is coming out on PS5 soon. Okay, yeah. I know that Phasmophobia is coming out soon for PS5 as well, within the next month or so, and I do plan to. Oh, that's a rock. Okay, I do plan to stream that when that comes out. Because I'm into ghost games and horror games and mainly ghosts. Because I have lived in haunted houses in the past, so I know all about ghosts.
A little clothespin doll.
We need you.
Perfect weird souvenir for Logan.
And this is another puzzle.
Reminds me of the nursery rhymes I read to Logan when she was little.
1 bird for light, 2 for darkness, 3 birds for a fight, 4 for a struggle, 5 birds for injury, 6 for misery, 7 for the ending, whatever it may be. So this is very simple. All we do is we put the bird on sun, done.
Something feels different. I
And
should
now
look
we'll
around.
We need to grab that.
I don't think I could live in a haunted house. TBH, I get scared way too easily. Someone can say the word boo and I will scream at the top of my...
Huh. That was strange. Gotta keep an eye out for more of these rhymes.
Oh. I should go to my case board now that I've got new evidence.
Nightingale goes missing for 13 years, shows up murdered, and then turns into a monster. After I stop Nightingale, a rider who's also been missing for 13 years turns up. What's the connection? What kind of case is this?
Okay, so it never creeped me. It never scared me. Living in a haunted place. It was weird, certainly, but it never scared me. I don't get scared easily. Like even the jump scares that are in this game don't even do anything to me. I don't get scared by anything. And I think that's because when I was a kid, I used to.
The gamer close to a cemetery.
Did I put up all the evidence? I feel like I'm missing some evidence. Oh yeah, I'm missing some evidence. That's what I thought. Let's get this shit up here. Stash found at Cauldron Lake. Okay. Is that it? No, there's one more. Nursery rhymes.
But if I ever did live in a haunted house, the second a ghost appears in my room, it's gonna see me staring at it with a shotgun in my hands.
Staring at it with a shotgun in my hands. That's funny. Alright. Shotgun in your hands is not going to do much against a ghost. Since reenacting the rhyme made the environment change. Okay, so then it's this. Charm appeared at the site of the rhyme. Rhyme found near the bridge at Cauldron Lake. Cauldron Lake. Found a strange rhyme on a sheet of paper that goes down here. And then Crow Doll goes up there. Alright, I think that's that. Yeah. I don't think... Yeah, we don't have the key for this lock. Now, Witchfinder Station, this can easily be missed. You want to go here, because it tells you a lot of backstory into FDA or whatever the hell that company is that was maintaining the that machine. They're not who they claim to be. They're actually heavily involved, and you get evidence from of them from this building. Let's grab the next page. So I'm gonna just keep playing this until we get to an actual manual save spot.
Sure.
And then we'll
the
end
North
the stream.
Side Slasher. But that case was completely different.
The trees, Anderson. He hid the bodies in the forest.
Another one of those rhymes.
The dolls for those rhymes are in here. What the hell was that sound? Huh. Okay, my last playthrough, there is nothing in there. So that tells me that the objects are randomly generated.
I feel bad for these guys.
Why is this door wide open? Oh, found some notes. 7:21. Tip of the day. When nature calls on a hike, check the direction of the wind before answering. Oh my god. Observations. Hikers have broken off branches of some of the trees down by the lake to make an illegal fire.
The reason I would have a shotgun in my hand is because I wouldn't see it a deer. I would probably think it's a robber or something and...
Oh, I see. Try to fix some of the damage. Douse the area. Maybe put up some instructional signs. I also found some tracks I couldn't recognize. Pretty big. A wolverine? Or footprints that were smeared. Either way, they were wandering around in strange patterns. Might be a sick animal. We'll need to keep an eye out. Poem of the day. The sun, as she sleeps, knows not the woes of men, who toss and turn and worry and fret, and wish they had her blissful slumber. Observations. Picked up a bunch of trash left by tourists. Despite posted guidance, humans are the worst. 7:25. Thought of the day. Every majestic pine was once just a wee acorn. Observations. A lot of new growth in the area. Some of the saplings I planted earlier are really thriving. Must be all this rain. I don't mind it either. Great sounds to sleep to. It's amazing what a good night's sleep and a warm cup of tea can do. Alright, so we're going to go upstairs and grab those dolls. Because we need them to solve that puzzle. I think there should be 3. Well, maybe there was only 2. I thought there was 3. Yeah, I think there's only 2. Witchfinder Station 2, Streamside 1, Cauldron Lake Rental Cabins 1.
Humans
Test
really
sites.
are the worst if you think about it. There's so much trash everywhere in woods and everywhere, and there's now global warming B.
That's very true. Here we go. Objective. Research into the reality-altering effects discovered in the Cauldron Lake area, utilizing fiction and art as a source, and then manifesting the results into existence. Methodology. The FBC's intent in this research project is to experiment with nursery rhymes, hereinafter referred to as fiction, in an attempt to recreate the conditions under which the writing would become reality. The hypothesis is that there are 2 ways in which fiction affects reality, either by reflecting events that have come to pass, but that are not known to their later creator, whose act of creation therefore becomes the catalyst for these past events, after which they serve as the source of their own inspiration, or by the fiction itself being the initiating force in its present timeline, using the creator as a conduit. In the experiment, we will create nursery rhyme texts with a specific function, and then use the depicted dolls and symbols as needed via a careful testing process, with the purpose of the story told in the fiction manifesting itself in real life. A variety of combinations involving the dolls, symbols, and rhymes will be tested in order to collect large amounts of data, with the hope that a pattern will appear. Methods will be adjusted in the testing based on our results. So basically, they're screwing with shit, is basically what they're doing. They're making these stupid nursery rhyme things to the FTC is to try to open the portal to the dark realm. They're just messing around. What is that number? 2547. All right, let's put that in. That's the password for this computer. Experimentation update. Dr. Marmont and Dr. Marmont. Here is the promised update on the project's first experimentations. The test items used were plastic animal figurines, teddy bears, toy cars, baby dolls. The iconographic nature of the test items was hypothesized to be beneficial for these research purposes. Test results negative. I will continue testing with more advanced items and scenarios. No response from you is necessary. Project Nursery Rhymes, working title. I have received your favorable review of my project proposal.
And what if the American Army opens the portal to the Dark Realm and put a nuke in the Dark Realm, then shut the portal, then explode the nuke?
I mean, this is not Call of Duty, so I don't know. I need not remind you that my academic as well as recreational expertise in mythology, folklore, and writing will indeed lend the needed credibility to the project in both leading it and creating the testing material. Dr. Eugene Campbell, PhD, Lead Researcher, Department of parafictional research. Oh, there we go. So long story short, they're just messing with things they don't understand. But now we've got all of our dolls for this puzzle, I believe. So let's get this done. The hero, brave and strong, left home to right a wrong. From the woods came the wolf, so greedy and hungry, that he ate what he found in the house without a host. The hero returned to find she'd lost the thing she loved most. Okay, so we want to put wolf would go in the forest, I would think.
Is that a candy symbol?
Yes. Hold on. What do I feel like hero goes here?
Nope.
Nope? Alright. Returned. There we go.
I have a weird feeling something's changed.
How ironic, because it's very close to Halloween.
Okay then.
Alright, so we just follow these ghostly wolf tracks up here.
Oh shit.
And they left us
another charm for my bracelet.
Another talisman, yeah, another charm. So we'll equip that one, because that gives us an extra life if we die. And that's that. So we've got all our research from here. I don't think this opens. Yeah, so we're down in this location.
We've reached the car, Anderson. How's it going down there?
I think I'm done here. I'll meet you at the parking lot. Ah, can't forget the dolls. Might need them again.
Oh my god, it's a good thing you reminded me. Jesus Christ, I would have left them behind. Those colored rocks are usually marking a lunchbox. I'm not seeing anything though. I'm not seeing anything. Weird.
There's another lunchbox.
Oh, there it is. Alright, there it is. Obviously you're going to succeed, or else you wouldn't be the hero. Duh. Fair enough. Ooh, 9.
This is a very brutal way to kill wolves.
So yes and no, because keep in mind that these aren't actually wolves, right? They're taken. They're possessed wolves. So they're not actual wolves. Basically anything that we're going to save our game right here. Basically anything that is in this forest, aside from us, is now possessed. And the only reason we're safe is because we carry flashlights, and flashlights are the one thing that the darkness fears. But I think that's where we're going to end our stream here, because we've been going for 3 hours and 15 minutes. So now's a good time to, I think, to end the stream for now. So we've already saved our progress, so we're good.
And if you put down the flashlight?
Well, you don't want to do that. You can't get possessed by the darkness, not to my knowledge. But anyway. So thank you to Always Asleep, Stu's Game Reviews, Adventure Game Hotspot, Lewis, and Masked and Mac for tuning into the stream tonight. And my apologies if I missed anybody there. But yes, it's always greatly appreciated. I hope you guys liked what you saw tonight, and I hope you guys liked. See you later, Mass. Thank you for joining into the stream tonight. I hope you guys liked what you saw. I personally love Alan Wake, both the first and the second game. Though obviously I prefer the second one. It's a lot more in depth, and a lot of twists and turns. But yes, we will stream this at a later date, the continuation. Tomorrow we will be streaming RoboCop at around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's the open world RoboCop game that it just came out, and stars the original actor, Peter Weller. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And then we will go into Spider-Man 2 after that, and some more of Alan Wake 2, obviously. Until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you soon at the Gamer's Grotto. If you missed any of the previous live streams, simply go over to my playlist section. You'll find all of the previous live streams in there. As well, if you missed the Alan Wake 1 live stream I did a couple of months back, simply go over to my playlist section and look up Alan Wake, and you'll find all of the previous streams of Alan Wake 1 in that section. And Alan Wake 2 obviously will be in the Alan Wake 2 section in my playlist. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. I hope you have a wonderful night. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you tomorrow for RoboCop. Take care.